It's amazing what sticks. What it is that we hear that we remember. But I guess you're not so dissimilar to me that probably most of it we forget. But thank God there are those times when words we hear make an impression, at least remain in my memory, and hopefully are reflected in my life. It was either 1974, the summer of, or 1975. The college was closing, and we had a retreat from a Benedictine called Thomas Cullinan. He was very much into justice and peace. And he talked one day during our retreat talks about the man who was healed in the gospel that Deacon Larry just proclaimed. And he talked about how his work and his fame spread, that he literally took the place of the leper. Now there's food for thought. It's certainly been food for my thought over the last 4 decades. How in which the one we come to worship is the one who exchanges places. So he too, in turn, because of his healing, his love, his compassion, became like a leper. We all love to blame somebody else. It's classic, and children, it's not just you. Remember when we used to have a lamb instead of a cross, a crucifix? The lamb reminding us that the Paschal lamb was sacrificed, the lamb that was taken on Holy Thursday or to celebrate the Passover, and then Jesus used it as an example of sacrificial love. So that lamb is Jesus, the one who was consumed, the one who was killed, the one who, in the end of the gospel, went out into desert places. So he was moved totally and utterly by this man who was suffering. He was affected and disturbed by it. It touched him to his very heart and his very soul. Let me read you what Shannon Evans writes in the American journal called America. Regardless of where we live, we are all accountable to Jesus for the call to solidarity with those whose voices have been drowned out. We must all seek ways to walk with the marginalized, whether by participating in diverse community organizations, inviting those of other faiths to speak to our parish groups, or engaging in person-centric volunteer work. The possibilities are endless, but they do require intentionality. She goes on to say, unless all Catholics engage in such long-term relationships with a willingness to have our eyes opened to the experience of another, we have no business claiming that our faith informs our politics. Gustavo Gutierrez, a Dominican Peruvian theologian, once said, "So you say you love the poor. Name them." I think it is the same question Jesus will ask when we see him face to face. Please like, subscribe, or comment below.